Now, another argument that is given to us constantly is that we are going to need more food when the population becomes 8 billion people or 9 billion people, our population becomes 2 billion. We need more food, and therefore GM technology is the only technology that can provide us with food, more food. Nothing could be further from truth. Let me give you just 3 examples. Our productivity, not production, productivity, that is the amount produced per unit acre, per unit land, of rice is 1/6 that of China. There could be many reasons. Could be our soil is deficient in micronutrients. Maybe we should use the better practices. But if we increase our rice productivity by 6-fold, we have no problem. Molecular breeding. Why are we not using molecular breeding? It's established to be a technology that works. Why are we alienating good agricultural land to SEZs? Good agricultural land, right in your state. Why is it that 40% of food in India goes waste? 40%. This year we had bumper crop of wheat. You know how many tons and scores of, maybe close to 80, 90, 100, 90 million tons lying open in the fields. No storage space. FCI is supposed to have storage space for 40 million tons. Out of this, 2/3 is what we call unscientific storage space. Only 1/3 is scientific storage space. But at times it is stored 60 million tons. When Orissa was facing famine, we had 60 million tons with FCI. They were not willing to give Orissa's citizens free food. And the United States of America sent soybean flour, which was GM soybean flour, which should not have been allowed by the government of India. So when you have these kind of policies, only taking care of these policies, the policies appropriately, to appropriate policy decisions, we can increase our total amount of food that we produce. Now you may ask the question, why are we pressing for GM technology? Whether it is the Prime Minister, whether it's Kapil Sibal, whether it's Chidambaram, whether it's Montes Ahluwalia. I have the pleasure of knowing all of them. I had a long meeting with the Prime Minister exactly a month ago. Why are they pressing for this? Because our emphasis, ladies and gentlemen, our policy emphasis is on growth and not on equity. We are more concerned what percentage are we growing at, 9% or 8%, not realizing that the benefits of this growth go to a very small number of people. And my friend Montes Ahluwalia talks about trickle-down effect on 90% of Indians. Remember that Arjun Sen Gupta would know more when he did the analysis of 2000 census data, came to the conclusion that 77% of Indians live in less than 20 rupees a day, which in today's terminology will be 30 rupees a day at most. Imagine people living in 30 rupees a day, and this number hasn't gone down. If at all it has gone up. So the benefit to the bottom 80 to 90% has been trivial, but the benefit to the top 10% has been much more. And even if you take the top 20%, let's say, there the benefit to the top 10% has been far more to the bottom 10%. If you take the top 10%, the benefit to the top 5% has been more than benefit to the bottom 5%. And eventually, the 20 companies that benefit to it, the largest amount of benefit is come. That's what the data shows. I was reading Fortune 200, Fortune magazine the other day. That's what it shows. People who have benefited the most are those who already have enormous amount of money. So are we going to be, instead of British being ruling us, are we going to rule by a consortium of 15 to 20 companies? Who will keep us in much greater abject poverty than the British did? So I think that is something that we have to worry about. Now I will share with you my very strong belief that our government, doesn't matter which government, believes that by becoming a satellite of the United States, we will do very well. All the evidence, Indo-US CEO Forum, we have Indo-US Knowledge Initiative with Agriculture, the nuclear deal. Today's newspapers tell you that the Parliament is objecting to the liability laws that the government has proposed. The whole question that thank God that we did not, that thank God because the governor of Reserve Bank of India, Dr. Reddy, who is a very close friend of mine, the present government, Governor Subbarao, that they prevented the convertibility of rupee on the capital account a few years ago. Otherwise, all our money would have been lost. The government wanted full convertibility. Chidambaram wanted full convertibility of the rupee on capital account. We wanted to give our pension money to the American companies, insurance money to the American companies. Thank God that didn't happen. So I think all of this shows, and now we are pressing for FDI retail. And I hope very much that that will not come about. So the fact is that all these issues of our GM crops, the government supporting GM crops, and the rich and the prosperous supporting GM crops is really related to our policy of really becoming a satellite United States. And that's something that we cannot ignore.